I just want to zoom out to the project level and illustrate just how big a difference there is between generating two separate cost and schedule risk models versus using a single integrated model, a holistic one. So when I target 10% cost contingency and 10% time contingency, I'm getting nearly 90% confidence that the project will fall within these cost thresholds, but only 6% confidence of completing within the allocated timescale. So actually what we really need here is a scatter plot. This will be a better type of report to use so we can see what's really going on. So with a scatter plot, we can now see the outcome of each Monte Carlo iteration, where this black star near the bottom left-hand corner represents the deterministic or the original planned duration and that planned cost. And it sits within this green quadrant, which represents our 10% time and 10% cost contingency. So within these parameters, only 6% of all 2000 simulated outcomes are colored green. So it's a better representation of the two outputs that we looked at on the previous slide, as it's showing us exactly how many times the project simulated within both the time and cost contingencies, or constraints if you prefer. But I'd also like you to take notice of the overall shape of the output, including the black and the red plot points as well. It's quite large and it's quite round. So here's exactly the same project, but with time-dependent costs fully integrated within the schedule. Now, the two most notable changes are firstly the spread or the shape of the output. It now forms a more correlated cloud with a diagonal vector from the bottom left to the top right. And at the cost axis, the worst case is actually jumped from $14 million to $17.5 million. So this is telling us that there are feedback loops where additional prolongation results in $3 million worth of additional hidden cost that were previously being unreported. The term given to this new p-value shown in the bottom left-hand corner is the joint confidence level, or JCL for short. So previously in my career, I could have said that my cost model has P80 confidence and my separate schedule model also has P80 confidence. But very crudely speaking, I could only ever have had P80 times P80. So you pop that into a calculator, that's P64. That's at best, mathematically speaking, and that quietly ignores all of those hidden relationships that we've just discussed. So let's now look at another way of using JCL where our cost and schedule models are fully integrated. We can start with a graphic like this one, where our 10% contingency is netting 15% of all the iterations, of all 2000 iterations. So we naturally want to improve this. So we run a new model. It imagines a post-mitigated scenario from our risk register, and we've increased the catch to 60% of all the iterations. It's good, but we're still not satisfied because our project's risk management plan states that we need to have P80 confidence. So this poses a new question. Where in this cloud of outputs do we pitch our contingency? So Safran will help you find this visually if you switch the view mode into JCL bands. So the legend will change to show whichever focus percentiles that you've asked it to show. And the area that we're most interested in for this example is the liminal zone where the amber and the red colors meet. This will give us P80. However, you now have a choice. The blue curve that I've added for emphasis on this graphic is referred to as the necklace. It's a continuum. So wherever you redraw your crosshair, your target along that crosshair, along that blue curve, you will find 80% of the plot points will fall within the bottom left-hand quadrant. So if you're looking for a neutral initial pitch that doesn't favor cost over schedule and vice versa, then I'd recommend picking the point where the necklace intersects with the regression line of best fit that I've drawn on the graph as well. So after having nudged the crosshair to this revised position, you have the evidence of the model sampling to inform your team on where is most appropriate and viable as a contingency proposal. And in this case, we've nudged a gut feel 10% contingency proposal up to 13% contingency to achieve that desired JCL, joint confidence level, satisfies the requirements of the contract. So in summary, we've looked at how these 5 qualities of Safran Risk will enhance your current approach to quantitative risk analysis, and that together they're greater than the sum of their parts. And how the Safran approach will help you go around steps 2, 3, and 4 fewer times, whilst encouraging others to see the value in engaging more meaningfully in the process, such that they'll want to be more involved next time you need to make some important decisions. So thank you very much for listening to me and looking at my slides. It's now time to sort of turn it back over to you. We'll do some interactive Q&A, questions and answers, and hopefully fill in any blanks that I may have left you.